Hey everyone, I'm Cory Miller.
And I'm Jenelle Summers, and we are here to tell you about coaching. You're watching this video probably because someone has told you you'd make a great coach, and you're curious just like we were when we heard about the business. We started researching it and going, really? This sounds too good to be true. And we were skeptical, right?
For sure.
Very skeptical. And so we have been coaching for, since 2008, which it's gone fast, don't you think? It's gone by really fast. And we have been so blessed in this opportunity. We were both working full-time jobs when we started this opportunity, and a lot of people watching are probably working as well, or you're a stay-at-home mom or dad, and you're busy, and you're probably thinking, why would I want to add something to my plate? You would only want to do that if there's really something in it for you, right? We get that. We were extremely busy. We're both moms. We were both working full-time jobs, extremely busy, and we're thinking, yeah, this opportunity sounds great, but do we really have time for something like this?
For sure.
And so we were just really skeptical about it, and we wanted to go through some of the misconceptions, things that we thought when we started off in the business, or actually some of the things that we thought before we started, and we thought we wouldn't want to do that because of this, and we don't have time, and it's going to be all about sales. And am I missing anything, Cory?
No, because honestly, when you first came to me and talked to me about the business, I was super hesitant. And so just know that if you're watching this video and you have those hesitations, they're completely validated because we've all been there. I can tell you that most coaches do have those hesitations because guess what? This isn't your traditional 9-to-5 gig, right? It's not something that you may grow up thinking that you're gonna do. But at the same time, I can tell you that this has been such a blessing in mine and my family's lives. And that's why we're so passionate about paying it forward and talking to others about what we do. But I know some of the biggest misconceptions that I had. Number one is, like Jenelle said, I'm a mom of 3. I was working full time. I was a group fitness instructor, personal trainer, loved working in fitness, but was working a ton of hours and I wasn't sure how I was going to add something else to my plate. Just know, first and foremost, if you're passionate about fitness, and honestly, if you're looking into coaching, you need to be passionate about fitness and helping others and paying it forward. This is not something that's a get rich quick thing. It's not something that's going to be only for you. You have to be genuine. You really do. I can't stress that enough. You have to be genuine about wanting to help others and to see them hit their goals. Of course, you're going to help yourself hit your goals too, but you have to be passionate about that. So if you're passionate about that, it's probably something that you're already doing in your day anyways, number one. Number two, we help you learn how to find pockets of time in your daily schedule because everybody's goals don't have to be the same. This doesn't have to be something that, you work 8 hours a day or anything. I know there's no way that we could have fit that into our schedules back then. You find pockets of time to work the business. And that's something that we would mentor you with. It's not like you would sign up and we say, catch you later, have fun with that coaching business. Right. You're gonna be mentored. We're gonna help you along. We have a very strong team environment and so forth. So that was one of my misconceptions, is that I needed a ton of time. You don't. You just have to be passionate about it and finding those times, those pockets of times. Another misconception was that I had to be at my goal weight or fitness level. And I get this one so much. And I always say that I'm living proof that you don't necessarily have to be super skinny. I hate using that word skinny, but you don't necessarily have to be at what your goal is. You just have to be willing to share your journey. I know that when I was a personal trainer director, I would have women, because it was an all women's facility, they would come to me and say, I'm not as comfortable working with so-and-so because I don't want them to know how much I weigh, and I can tell you that some people don't care about that. And I'm not saying that everybody's motivated by the same thing, please know that, but you can inspire someone just by being on your journey somewhere. So if you're at your goal weight, you're still going to try to inspire someone and you're still going to put that out there. But if you're not at your goal weight, you can inspire someone by sharing your ups and downs, by sharing, what it takes to get to where you want to go and the daily activities that you're doing. And someone's going to relate to you if you're willing to do that. So you don't have to be at your goal weight, you guys. You don't. You just have to be willing to be on your journey somewhere and to be open and honest about that.
That is so true. And, in this business, one thing that for sure works is that you need to be relatable.
Yeah.
People don't like perfection, and they can't relate to that. And so, being on your journey just makes you that much more relatable. And no matter who you are, what your history is, what your whatever, there are thousands of people that'll be like, I get you. Like,
yes.
I have had that same issue. I have that same problem. I see you struggle with it and you're overcoming it, and it so inspires me. Every single one of my coaches, no matter what fitness level they're at, they're like, oh my gosh, I just got this text or I just got this Facebook message, and it just like fuels me. It makes me so happy. And I realize there are other women out there that are just like me, or other moms or whatever. And it's super rewarding. It's definitely not perfection that inspires other people. It's that progress that they see. So as long as you're putting that out there, and that's what holds us accountable.
Yeah, for sure.
Being a coach, it puts you in a role of built-in accountability, because you're like, gosh, I don't want to let these people are inspired by me, and I don't want to let them down. I need to do this for me, and I need to do this to pave the way for other people. And that's super cool.
Absolutely.
So one of the other things that is a huge misconception is a lot of people think that, I would have to have fitness experience, like, in other words, maybe be a certified personal trainer, or maybe I need to be a certified instructor, or maybe I need to be, have all this experience and be kind of an expert in fitness. And that is so not the case. With what we do as coaches, we're on our own journey, and we support other people on their journey. In other words, if someone asks me a question about, I don't know, gluten-free, whatever, I'm gonna say, I don't know, I'm not an expert on that, but I just Googled it and I came up with these 3, articles. Are they helpful for you? Like, just pointing people to some answers, just being that other sounding board for people, being that support, being their cheerleader. That's what we do.
That's a really great point, because I get that a lot. We don't claim to be experts.
No, that's not what
we
we're
don't claim to be experts. Beachbody has their experts. Beachbody has the research and the development and the master trainers and so forth. You don't have to be that expert. You just have to be that tour guide into to helping someone, and be that soundboard, that listening ear, sounding board, listening ear for them. That's the most important thing.
Yes.
And on anybody that's passionate can do that.
And so many people don't have that in their life. They don't have any, like, their spouse maybe does not understand them working out, or doesn't understand them wanting to eat healthy, or they don't feel like they have someone in their life that kind of understands that they want to do better for themselves, and they want to feel better, and they want to eat better, and they want to start working out. And so as coaches, we're not meant to be personal trainers. We're not meant to be nutritionists. We're meant to support people, give them accountability, and be that cheerleader for them. So
Absolutely.
Our programs come with workout calendars. We're not there to prescribe workouts for people. We're not there to prescribe meal plans for people. Our programs come with the whole package of workouts, a workout calendar, a meal plan, like a meal guide to follow. All of that stuff is provided to the customer, so that you are just there to, help them along in their process and get them started.
Definitely.
So you don't need to be, certified in anything. And the other huge misconception is that you would need to have a following to be a successful coach. I was not even on social media when I started as a coach. We were not on social media. We talked about this opportunity over the phone.
Yes.
I never talk on the phone.
No.
I wasn't on social media, and so it's a really big fear that a lot of people have, that in doing this business that they're going to have to blast themselves out there, and it's not like that. I'm a very introverted person, and prior to all of this, I was extremely shy all my life, and I've really overcome that. I try to not even say I'm shy anymore. But this business has really helped me through that process. And when you join as a coach, we help you take some baby steps. And we let you know it's completely normal if you, don't even have a Facebook account, and you're just going to start it up and start, friend requesting people for the first time. I've got a rock star coach right now. She wasn't even on Facebook 2 months ago. So we understand that, and we understand that you may be fearful of being on video or having pictures taken of yourself. Yeah. We had those same exact fears. My first profile picture on Facebook was like me from a distance, really far away, with a hat on, pulled down really low. And we walk you through that. There's going to be some baby steps, and there's going to be some overcoming some fears, but you're going to do it in a way that's cool, and it's not salesy, and it's not icky, and it's not blasting yourself out there or bragging about yourself. It's really just about putting yourself in a place where people know they can contact you for help. For sure. And just kind of making sure that you're available, so that people can reach out to you, and you're kind of on their radar. So you don't need a following to start this business.
And I think that's a great point you made, because one of the biggest, hesitations I do hear is, I don't want to be salesy. And I'm not trying to get down on sales people, just so you know. But with the not wanting to be salesy, you think that because you may in your newsfeed right now see maybe other people that are representing other companies. And again, I'm not talking bad about anybody, but they may go about just blasting products. That's not something that we do. We talk about lifestyle. We talk about, again, we'll teach you how to properly go about talking about this business and weaving it into your everyday life or your social media. Yeah, for sure.
You don't need to be in people's faces. People don't want that. We know that.
No, and you don't want that. When you're in your newsfeed, I know that I just keep scrolling, Right. So that was one of the biggest hesitations I had. I didn't want to be salesy. It just wasn't for me. It wasn't something that I connected with. Obviously, I found out that that's not the case. I also was worried about quotas because I didn't want to be stuck purchasing a bunch of stuff if I wasn't sure if I even wanted it or needed it or anything like that. So there's no quotas. That was huge for me.
Or no quotas to sell.
No quotas to sell, for sure. Yeah, and again, I was very leery about that because I had heard of other home businesses that had monthly stuff that you had to do, and I just didn't want that. Another thing I didn't want a bunch of crap at my house. I know that sounds
Stocking
so bad.
products,
Stocking products. I didn't want a bunch of stuff. I didn't want to have a room dedicated to Beachbody products that was going to overtake my house. I have never once done a home party. Now, I'm not saying you can't do a home party because you can, but listen, I'm not a very good hostess. You don't want to come to my house.
I don't want, one of the reasons I got in this business is time for my family.
For sure,
and the evenings, we're taking Tyler to practice his games, weekends, same thing. And so I didn't want to have home parties taking up my weekends or my evenings.
That's a great point.
That's not what we do in this business.
I didn't want to have another scheduled event. That was huge. Yes. That was huge.
And some people love that, don't get me wrong. But
and if you want to do it, it's an option for sure, but it just wasn't my thing, and I've never once done it. You've never once done it.
Yeah.
So, why don't you talk a little bit about...
okay. So another misconception, sorry, we're looking at our notes to make sure we don't forget anything. Another misconception is that it would cost a lot of money to join. I actually had someone that I was like, gosh, she'd make such a great coach. And turns out the reason that she hadn't joined is she thought it cost like $1,000 to join as a coach. And I'm thinking, wow, why do people think this? It is... And this is as of right now, it is $39.95 in the United States to join as a coach. That is the startup fee. And if you join as a coach and at the same time buy what's called a challenge pack, you get that $39.95 waived. So you actually can join for free if you join as a coach and buy that challenge pack at the same time. That's the case right now anyway. So that's a great deal for new coaches coming on board because then they're going to get a challenge pack as a fitness program plus Shakeology. Now, if you don't want to be on Shakeology, that's fine. You have another option. It's called the Performance Stack, and that's our pre and post workout. So even for, that's another misconception right there. A lot of people think, I can't become a coach because I'm like deathly allergic to Shakeology. You don't have to be on Shakeology. I mean, we love it. We're obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I do feel like it helps our business, but I also have coaches, Star Diamond, who, one in particular, she's very allergic to Shakeology. Just because it's healthy superfoods doesn't mean someone might not have an allergic reaction to a superfood. And so she actually does the Performance Stack, which is pre and post workout. So there's options. But yeah, so $39.95. What kind of a business can you start for the price of a shirt?
For sure.
And have the kind of opportunity that you can have in this business. And so it's not a lot of money. And so a lot of people think, well, I would have to buy a certain amount of product, every month. Well, first of all, to build a successful business with anything, you have to believe in what you're promoting.
Absolutely.
And so, yes, we would recommend that you be using or weaving in
and we believe in the products
and programs.
Yeah, we believe in them. We want you to invest in yourself and in your own health, and that's important.
And it's not like you become a Beachbody robot. I mean, I drink Shakeology every single day, but I do other workouts. So does Cory. It's not like you become this like Beachbody workout and everything you do is Beachbody, and it's just not like that. We just feel like there's great solutions out there, and Beachbody is one of them. And so, of course, as we're talking to people and finding out what their needs are, if Beachbody might be something like a program or nutritional supplement that we have might help them, then we would let them know, hey, have you ever considered trying, a Turbo Fire? Have you ever considered trying Shakeology to help you with your cravings? But if I feel like what they really need to do is go outside and start walking again, then I'll say that.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's not about pushing. Okay, so that all was about, it doesn't cost thousands of dollars
Correct.
to join.
Yes, absolutely.
I got a little
Yes.
sidetracked.
No, you're good. You're good.
So what do we do as coaches? That's the next question usually, is what do you actually like do? Well, first of all, you know, like we said kind of in the beginning, Cory and I have been able to retire our full-time careers because of this business, but that took time. I mean, we definitely don't want to put it out there that like this happened overnight, this didn't happen quick. We put in the time and the effort, and we were very consistent with it, and we built our businesses. But what we actually do, whether you are, you know, just joining as a coach or you've been a coach for years, what we do is the same. We are on a journey ourselves always, and we share that journey and what we're doing, and we provide accountability to people. So whether it be just talking to people and inbox messages or email or whatever, or hosting like groups for people, like accountability groups.
Yeah.
Like I just ran a free 5-day sugar buster group, just trying to cut down, helping people cut down on sugar. So it had nothing to do with Beachbody, but it just helps you get connecting with other like-minded people and helping them. It gives you practice. And then from there, if they need further help, and you find that out, then you can further help them. If they don't, they don't. You've just made some extra connections. So we're supporting people, we're inviting people to get engaged in this healthy lifestyle. The other thing that we do, well, I kind of already mentioned it, is just being a product of the product, just being on our own journey. Whether it be that you know, use some of the Beachbody programs here and there, weave them in, or you do each one from day one to the last day, or maybe you just weave in Shakeology or some of our other supplementation. It's just kind of, you know, showing that you believe in the mission of Beachbody, which is to end the trend of obesity.
Absolutely. And I love that you mentioned like the free groups and the challenge groups, accountability groups. We have free reign to do all of that, you guys. And I do think that, like Jenelle said, it helps keep you accountable. Being a product of the product is a part of sharing and inviting and everything like that. Another thing that we do is based around personal development. And I kind of weave my personal development into my accountability groups too. But honestly, it's all about getting your mind straight. That's all personal development is. It's getting your mind straight, because if your mind isn't there, it's going to be really hard to overcome a lot of the things that you struggle with, you know, because obviously getting fit is a lot of your mind too. You got to put your mind there. So personal development is a huge part of what we do as coaches in helping others and in helping ourselves. And then the last thing that we do is we like to recognize. So I know that both of us have large teams, and we like to recognize not only our business partners, our coaches, but we also like to recognize people in our accountability groups. We like to recognize, you know, I like to recognize just people in my family, even my husband, you know, my husband, because he's the cook in our family. So just that he helps me and he supports me with my journey, or anybody in your life that can do that. That's just a big part of our business too, is recognition.
Uplifting others.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So even with coaches that are brand new and they're like, well, I don't have a team yet to recognize, you don't need that. I mean, recognize your mom, that you were able to, you know, inspire your mom to start working out or whatever it may be, or recognize another team member of ours, you know. I mean, I recognize other coaches from other teams even. It's just showing that you're that type of person that likes to see other people succeed.
Absolutely.
You know? And I think you have to genuinely be that type of person.
And that's what the Beachbody community is.
It really have to say. Everyone shares. I mean, all top coaches, I mean, we all just share information and what's working and what's not working. There's room for everyone. This market that we have in our business is, you know, our market for our business are people that want to look good, feel good, be healthier, and better themselves. Our market is massive. It's absolutely massive. So, I mean, everyone at their core wants that. So with that, we want to just say that, you know, ask questions. We both had a ton of questions when we were looking into the business. So whoever it is, whether it was one of us or someone else that invited you to watch this presentation, make sure you go back to them. Let them know you watched it. Let them know your thoughts, even just your initial thoughts and or your questions. Because if you just start having that conversation, you just start understanding it more, I think you're going to get really excited about it. Absolutely. Because what is at the heart of this business is really super cool, and I honestly believe there is not another business like it. So I hope you do pursue it. Anything else?
No, I think that's good. I think that, you know, exactly what you said. Get back to that person that invited you. Ask questions, you guys. Ask questions. You know, I always like to say, like, the what if. You know, you never know if you don't open your mind and try. So that's it.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, everyone.